This is Rick Scarlett. He and his wife Gloria own what may be the most sustainable home in Springfield. That is a solar water heater, producing 150 to 200 degree water with just the power of the sun. We pull back and can see the Scarlett's 12 solar inverters, producing 2,520 watts of electricity, enough to power their entire home and charge their electric car. That's only the tech-savvy side of this couple's personal mission of sustainability.
Well, we're trying to grow as much of our own food as we can. We have fruit trees. We have apricot, plum, 2 cherries, peach in the front yard, and then in the backyard we have 5 espaliered apple trees.
The Scarletts also have an herb garden in their front yard and this vegetable garden you see in their backyard. Given their love of homegrown food, it's no wonder Scarlett supports the new chicken ordinance.
So you are definitely a fan of the decision. Why?
I think everybody should be responsible for at least part of their food. You know, they don't. Most people don't understand where their food even comes from, and that's kind of sad. We really want the chickens. They're great animals, and they're great food. The eggs are really good for you, and the eggs are a lot different when you raise them yourself and let them scratch around and have a good life instead of being in a factory cage for their whole lives. I mean, that's really hard on the chickens. A chicken can last 3 or 4 years, in my backyard, but you put them in a cage and they're going to use them to death in year and a half. So that's a really bad way for a chicken to have to live.
How important is this first step to relocalizing our food supply?
Yeah, I think it's a really big step. I mean, if people, can throw their leftover greens to their chickens, and the chickens will turn them into eggs and meat. And relocalizing the food supply is really important. I mean, I can't say that. It's a really good step. I used to work for ADM, so
ADM?
Archer Daniel Midland, one of the biggest food companies there is.
Oh.
So
is that like a breach of contract there?
I don't know. It's probably best not to usually say too much bad. I try to stay up positive all the time instead of negative.
Was this decision, as far as the city council goes, more about a next step towards sustainability, or was it more about a certain group of people's rights and they wanted their right to have chickens?
I think it's probably a little bit of both. I mean, I think it was a really progressive step for Springfield. I'm a little bit amazed, and I'm really proud of them. And Dan Childs was huge in that. I mean, it wouldn't have got passed if it wasn't for Dan Childs. So I was really proud of that, and they need to allow people to be able to take care of themselves and raise their own food.
What problems do you see with the chicken ordinance?
Well, it's just like dogs and cats, There's a lot of people that don't take care of their animals. And so if we have people that do that, there may be some problems down the road. But really, I mean, as long as you don't have roosters, they're not going to be any noisier than most other animals that run around. I can see where there's a lot of wild animals in Springfield, possums and coons, and they'll be trying to get into your cage. But as long as you build your cage right, you shouldn't have a problem with them.
So you think people are going to take advantage of this?
Probably a small percentage of the people.
And you will?
You bet. Yes, we are. And it's a really positive step in the right direction.
Dillan Conn reporting, Springfield, Missouri, Ozarks News Journal online.